Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I of the Blackberry Beauty Holistic Academy, Ancient African Healing for the Modern Sister. Welcome to my Monday Inspirational Upload, or our Monday Inspirational Upload for the 2016 Fasting 101 Intensive. And yes, you're probably going, why is she sitting up there in a bathing suit top? Because y'all, I was sunbathing yesterday. I decided to sit out on my courtyard, and I have a lounge chair, and I put it out, and I got the whole bathing suit on, and I laid out, and it was so magnificent. And so I'm inviting you and reminding you to do it. When you see this, does it make you want to get out in your bathing suit? I hope it does. But also, I'm going to a pool party today, she has a jacuzzi as well. I don't know if I'm going to the pool, but I'm definitely going to sit in the jacuzzi and chill out. So I'm just kind of, I have like a few bathing suits, and I wanted to figure out which one I wanted to wear. So, but also too, y'all, in my group, Wild Women Who Run with the Womb, my $37 a month membership group, that if you ever feel like joining, you can. This month, July, we are in the series called Move That Body, but it's also Love That Body. And I feel like, I'm loving my body right now. I'm loving who I am and what I am with all my so-called imperfections, but I think we're perfect in the eyes of the Creator. And I'm just wanting to express and be and come to you for real. So yes, so I know today I said, and it's coming, it's going to be in the part two. There's going to be two parts to this video. This part and the other part is me going up in my kitchen and showing you how to make the herbal tea that I make daily and drink with all those vitamins and minerals. Also, how to make that simple green drink, that spirulina drink that I made. And then also, I'm going to talk a little bit about sprouting, and I'll do it all in the kitchen. But I wanted to talk to you first. So I wanted to have a little chat with you. Welcome to the Monday Inspirational Upload. I want to talk about the changes that I've noticed and seen and learned about since I first started being a raw foodist, since I first started fasting, which was fasting for over 22 or 23 years off and on, and also raw foodist for 7 years. And so I want to bring you the most up-to-date information and all the things that I'm learning and feeling and understanding, and the ancestors are giving me as well. And I want to share that with you before we go upstairs, okay? So first thing is, again, welcome everybody. So everybody understands that this first week, we're doing intermittent fasting. I want to get you ready to fast. Also, for those that have never done raw food before, this is the week we're doing raw foods. Now, I do 1 meal a day. You don't have to do that. As long as it's raw, you can do 2 meals a day. You can even do 3. Now, I'm encouraging you to do 1 meal a day because we're going to go into a deeper fast. Each week, a deeper fast. Each week, a deeper fast. So we want to start our bodies fasting already, and we want to actually incorporate some great habits so that once we get to the strictly water fasting or dry fasting, which, by the way, we're not going to dry fast and eat nothing and drink nothing for 7 days straight. We're not trying to kill ourselves. We want to be healthy, but we are going to incorporate that. I want your body to be ready. So this week, again, we're focusing on raw foods, which I gave you a raw kale salad. I gave you a demonstration of raw chia seed cereal demonstration and 2 green smoothies. But there's a plethora of raw food recipes. I also gave you raw food books that you can buy, purchase, go to the library and get if they have. Get it on Amazon. So you have all of those. Also, you can go on to YouTube right here and look for many raw food recipes. But I'm also talking about intermittent. Remember, I'm talking about not eating. Normally, if you know you get up and eat at 8 o'clock in the morning, don't eat till 10. Drink water. Also, for those that are advanced, I'm saying drink a gallon of water a day, but spread it out throughout the day. I am now up to a gallon of water a day. So add more water. I'm also saying that the green juice that I'm going to teach you, the spirulina. Now, let me tell you what I found out about spirulina. Yes, spirulina is high in protein. Spirulina is an appetite suppressant. Spirulina has B12 in it, but many experts say that all those wonderful things about spirulina is in there, but because of the hard shell that spirulina has, it's not absorbable. Even when they put it in a powder form, they're saying that it's not as absorbable. Your body can't get to it all. And so they're suggesting something called E3 Live. E3 Live, which is one of the better blue-green algae, or any blue-green algae that comes from Klamath Lake. Klamath MATH. So we want to do something a little different. But let me just say to you, my personal experience is every time I have spirulina, my energy goes up. Every time I eat spirulina, my appetite, I don't have as big as an appetite. It does invigorate me, revive me, because you're still getting that chlorophyll. And that chlorophyll is like liquid sun. So it's still really good for you. But once I get the E3 Live, I haven't used it yet. I'm actually tomorrow going to go to the store, Whole Foods, and see if they have it, and I'll tell you the difference. So I just want to kind of let you know that. So I want us to do a lot of spirulina or blue-green algae, because I want us to get those minerals that come from the sea without eating seafood or fish oil. None of that is good for you. That's not good for your heart, nothing. Now, another thing I want to make sure is if you know you are a sugar addict, right? If you know that or if you have diabetes or high sugar, or, even just illnesses that have to deal with a weak immune system, right? Any of those things. Even though I'm showing you the drink that I'm going to show you, the spirulina drink, and I'm putting fruit in, you can limit the fruit. Even in the chia seed recipe that I already upload, you can limit the fruit, because fruit sugar can still spike your blood pressure, your sugar up, especially if you're diabetic. What you want to do is, depending on what illnesses that you have, now if you're healthy, whatever that means in our society, you can actually have at least about 15 to 20% of your diet be fruit. If you're trying to let go even of a lot of weight, then you want to do less fruit. As great as fruit is, unfortunately, a lot of it is hybrid, and they've reconfigured the fruit to make it sweeter, to keep you addicted to sugar, basically to sugar. Also, I'm not recommending any honey, not even in the herbal tea that I'm going to show you. No maple syrup, and definitely no agave. I'm sorry, y'all. When I first turned raw, they told us, the raw fooders that didn't know said agave was the greatest thing ever. Agave is like eating straight up fructose. Straight up, it's like cornstarch or syrup. It's worse than sugar, some say. So don't do agave. Throw it out. I would say give it away. Don't even do that to somebody else. Agave is not a raw foods. Another thing you don't want to do is cashew nuts, y'all. You do not want to do cashews. Cashews is not a raw foods. Cashew has a hard shell. They have to burn it. That means heat it up enough to get the shell off. And so therefore it is not a raw food. It is very hard to digest. As a matter of fact, if you want to eat nuts and seeds during this time of this week of a raw food, being raw food week, you want to soak your nuts. So there's something on nuts called enzyme inhibitors. And let me tell you why. It's a very brilliant thing that nature does. So nature understands that as the seeds are germinated, as the seeds are growing into the seed, the sunflower seed, the pumpkin seed, or the almonds, or even cashews, let's just say, they know that birds can eat them before they actually have a chance to come to fruition, to come to maturity, and other things, and bugs and other insects and small animals. And so the nature has provided with its natural pesticide. That's what the inhibitor is. It's a natural pesticide. But when you eat that, you're eating the natural pesticide. So let me say, when a bird eats, let's say, eats a seed, or let's say sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds or even almonds, and as soon as they taste it, they can taste that poison, they spit it out and don't eat it again. We, on the other hand, we continue to eat it. So a way to eat your nuts is by soaking them. When you soak the nuts, so soaking literally means take a jar, a container, even some Tupperware. I like to use glass Tupperware. Put your nuts in it. I use a mason jar. Put your nuts in it. Put water on it, on top of it. Cover it. You can fill the bottle up, with water, and your nuts. So, a handful, a cupful nuts, and a full bottle of water. Cover it up at night. Let it sit at night. Okay? So if you have almonds, I would suggest 8 to 10 hours of soaking. But if you also have seeds, then I would suggest that you do a less time. So when you're doing seeds, you want to soak them for they don't need as much. So 4 hours is great. Matter of fact, I soak everything overnight, before I go to bed, when I'm making my herbal tea, I'm also soaking my nuts and my seeds. And so I'll show you that. I don't think I actually I have, I don't know if I have any of them soaking, but I do it. And so you want to do that to take off that enzyme inhibitor so you can get all those minerals and nutrients. So I wanted to tell you that. So very important if you're going to do raw. Remember, if you have diabetes, high sugar, if you have, if you know that you have your immune system has some deficiencies, it's not working as well. If you're overweight and wanting to lose weight, you want to lessen your sugar content. No agave, no honey, no maple syrup, but also you don't want to do a lot of fruit, because again, fruit sugar is just as detrimental as white sugar and brown sugar, and they like this coconut sugar that a lot of raw fooders are talking about. Let's do another fast. Let's say no sugar as much as we can. But of course, everybody else, you can do fruit. You just don't want to do a lot of it. So when I show you this morning drink, it's going to consist of bananas. Now, I know when I did my chia seed recipe, we got 1,000 million fruits in there. If you're healthy and you're not that concerned about losing weight right away, because you're going to lose weight still, but if you're you're not that concerned, you can put all of those fruits, you can put some of them, you can put very little. Same thing with the drinks. And when we do smoothies next week, we're doing our smoothies next week, all smoothies. I'm going to show you some green smoothies, unlike the two I showed you. The two I showed you, again, when you're first starting out, all that fruit is great for you. It's going to clear your skin. It's going to make your skin bright and glowing. But after a while, after years of doing it, a lot of fruitarians, which I don't recommend being a fruitarian, we need our greens. So in other words, you want to make sure per day you're having more greens than fruit. Okay, you're eating more greens than fruit. So when we do a smoothie, even though I gave you those smoothie recipes, you can use them. I'm just talking about, like, for me, I know in this fasting 101 intensive, we have people at different levels. If you're wanting to go to the next level, we're going to do smoothies that's mostly greens, and I'm just going to use bananas in mine. That's it. Greens and bananas. No raisins, no dates, excuse me, and not all that fruit. Especially since I'm doing the chia seed. So, also I wanted to talk to you about the difference between raw foods and living foods. Okay, very important. Raw foods are the foods that grow and then we harvest, which means we pick them and then we eat them. Right? In our case, we make salads out of the kale and collard greens and Swiss chard. Or, right, we make, we make salads out of it. We put them in smoothies. We juice them. That's raw foods. The reason why they're just raw foods and not living foods is because as soon as you pull them up, they start to die. If you left them out on the counter for days, they would be spoiled. Even if you left them in your refrigerator any length of time, they would be spoiled. Now, living foods are foods that are sprouting. Like, instead of broccoli, which has high nutrition, broccoli sprouts have 30 to 40 times more nutrition, all the sprouting does than the actual kale sprouts. And what you do is you have seeds that you can buy just for sprouting, and you can put them in a mason jar, and there's a process that you do to sprout. I'm going to actually attach another video with this one. I found somebody on YouTube. I love the way he explains sprouting. It's so easy. Why sprouting is living food is because, first of all, every day while you're rinsing out your seeds and they're sprouting, they're actually growing these highly nutrient dense, high powered vitamins and minerals, more than the kale, more than the collards, right? That is amazing. And actually, I am sprouting some lentils, I'm sprouting some quinoa, and I'm sprouting some, that's it, lentils and quinoa. That's what I had in the house. Now, and those are literally using lentils, organic lentils, beans, also organic quinoa, and I'm sprouting them. So now I can, doing one meal a day, you want to still make sure you're getting enough calories so you're not going to fall out because you're not eating enough. And so I want to incorporate beans. They're raw because they're sprouted, they're not cooked. So I'm using bean sprouts. I'm going to start putting those in my salads. But also we want to do sunflower sprouts, not sunflower seeds. They actually are coming, not sunflower seeds that we see or pumpkin seeds that we see. We're talking about the actual seed that you would put in the ground, only you don't need dirt, although you can use it and do it at home right on your countertop in your kitchen. you can start eating sprouts. For now, I would advise that while you're picking up your foods and for your salad, you want to go get some sprouts. Right now, I bought some radish sprouts, onion sprouts. Um, I don't know what else. I think been buying radish and onion sprouts. And there's another one I bought. I'm trying to remember, but they are so delicious. And I buy them now, and they're $4 for not that much. And when you sprout at home, it's pennies on the dollar. You're getting so much sprouts for so little money just by buying the seeds. And as I start the sprouting process, I'll do my own videos on sprouting and show you. That's living foods. So even after your sprout, if you were doing sprouting in a container, which again I'll attach a video that talks about that. All you have to do is cut your sprouts off, what you need, and you can leave it out, and it will still growing. Even after you harvest all the sprouts, and put them in the refrigerator, they're still growing. Of course, cool air makes it grow slower, but they're still growing. That's living foods. So sprouting is living foods. Even when you soak your nuts, that's more living foods, but not like sprouts. So we want to start sprouting. But until we do that, I'll again attach a video that I thought was great and I watched yesterday. And we'll also, I'm going to show you when we go upstairs the sprouting that I'm doing and how to do it briefly, So you want to get the living foods in. That's how you're going to be able to eat the one meal a day. By doing the living foods, you're going to be able to do the one meal a day. Now, Friday is our second inspirational upload, which is when we start our smoothie fasting. Now, there are some people that believe that smoothies are in a high speed blender is not as healthy because once you run it that high, you're actually killing the food. It's no longer raw. I want to say that I saw great improvements when I did smoothies, when I fasted, or when I first did raw foods. Again, 7 years now into it, I kept wondering why I don't ever want to see a smoothie again. Too much fruit, too much dates, too much raisins, and really not enough greens. So, but it's a great place to start. So anyway, I see this cat over here. It's a great place to start, and the way we're going to do it is going to be helpful. Again, don't worry, the videos I showed you on the first smoothies I made, that's why we're doing that the first week. The first week we want to get that nutrients and that nourishment into our bodies. And then we'll focus on the second week of doing smoothies in a better, more efficient way where we're doing more greens than fruit. I think banana is all we need. That's how my first green smoothie that I made in my house was greens and bananas. That was